Well, to the extent that we find curriculum to be one of the culprits here, Mark, why is that becoming a problem now? I mean, we've always had math curriculum for, when I was in math, we had curriculum that we were exposed to, and my parents had curriculum that they were exposed to. Has the curriculum changed with this latest generation, and that's the problem, or is something else
Sure.
happening to the curriculum that's creating these gaps that we're seeing?
Well, it's
Yes.
been changing
Yes.
for quite some time, and we like to think about it as like kind of these two schools of thought, right? There's the traditional math, where math was mostly about memorization and algorithms and formulas, and then you have the flip side of that, which is math is about discovery and just exposing kids to different ways of thinking, and that hoping that they can figure it out.
Let's throw out the rules and let's let the kids discover what the rules are for themselves.
Right. And
That's
right,
more of
focusing
the
on
reform
number sense,
math.
right? That we need to understand what's going on. And the problem is that from what we've seen, there's very few curricula out there for schools that do a good job of marrying those two ideas together.
Because in the 80s, talk about what the curriculum was like in the 80s.
Well, that was like
When we went to
when
school,
we went to school, right? It was
very
very traditional.
And guess what? It worked pretty darn well.
It did, although me, somebody who was relatively, well mathematically inclined, when I had to multiply a number by 12, I would see the algorithm in my head, right? Like I would line up the numbers and I would do the algorithm. I didn't think about things like, oh, I can multiply, for 12 times 7, I can think, well, I can multiply 10 times 7, 70, and 2 times 7, 14, and put it together to make 84. Right? I wasn't taught to think that way, and I wasn't naturally wired to think that way. I would have greatly benefited from somebody teaching me to think that way. But I also need to be able to, as the numbers get bigger, be able to line up, 372 times 27 and be able to effectively solve that problem efficiently. And I was taught to do that, right? I was taught to do that efficiently, but I lacked strong mental math skills.
And that was the one problem with the curriculum in the 80s, is they didn't have a strong mental math supplement, so that, like Mark was saying, 12 times 12, he might line it up and use an algorithm, or like 12 times 13, he just might say, I didn't learn that one, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, and that's what we see.
Or I have to go and use
in certain cases.